Dear student, today we will take 11th lecture for cardinal points. As you know very well that we have defined 6 cardinal points. There are 6 cardinal points, 2 focal points, F1 and F2. For optical system, there are 2 focal points, F1 and F2, which we have already discussed in the last lecture 10. Then there are 2 principal points. We also discussed the characteristics, properties of principal points in the last lecture. Okay. So today we will discuss the nodal points N1 and 2. So these 6 are the cardinal points for an optical system. This optical system is characterized by 6 cardinal points, 2 focal points F1 and F2, which we have discussed in the last lecture. The principal points P1 and P2 that also we have discussed in the last lecture, and 2 nodal points N1 and 2. Okay. So today we are going to discuss about the nodal points N1 and 2. Okay. But before that, I will give recap of focal points and the main features of focal points and principal points quickly. So I quickly repeat focal points and principal points. Okay. Suppose this is the principal axis. This is the principal axis. We consider a system of 2 lenses L1 and L2, optical system of 2 lenses L1 and L2. The focal length of lens L1 is small f1. Focal length of lens L2 is small f2. The separation between 2 lenses is d. So let us consider an optical system consisting of 2 lenses L1 and L2 having focal lengths f1 and f2. The separation between 2 lenses is d. Okay. Now, if I consider one point somewhere here, f1, okay, the ray of light passing through point f1, okay, it will become parallel after undergoing diffraction to the lens system, right? So the ray of light, this is the incident ray. Ray of light passing through point f1, okay, and incident on the lens system at point S. It undergoes refraction into the lens system, and after undergoing refraction into the lens system, it will be rendered parallel to the axis, right? Okay. This f1 is called the first focal point. F1 is called the first focal point. So in the last lecture, if you remember, I have given you the property of first focal point f1, that the first focal point f1 is the point on the axis of the optical system, such that the beam of light emitted from the focal point f1 and incident on the lens system will become parallel after the reflection. The beam of light emitted from the first focal point f1 and incident on the optical lens system will become parallel after the reflection. The f1 is called the first focal point. The plane passing through the first focal point f1, and perpendicular to the axis is called first focal point. So f1 is called first focal point. F1 is called first focal point. The ray of light emitted from the first focal point f1 will become parallel after the reflection to the optical system. Okay. And the plane passing through the first focal point f1 and perpendicular to the axis AF1. The plane AF1, right? The plane AF1, which is perpendicular to the axis and passing through point f1, is called first focal plane. It is first focal plane. F1 is the first focal point, and plane AF1 passing through the first focal point F1 and perpendicular to the axis is called first focal plane. Okay, now what is the second focal point F2? Second focal point F2. Okay. Now let us discuss what is the second focal point F2. Okay. If I consider a ray of light traveling parallel to the axis, this is the incident ray. Incident ray. Incident ray. Suppose I give the name of the incident ray is OA. The ray of light OA traveling parallel to the axis, it undergoes refraction into the lens system, and after undergoing refraction into the lens system, it will pass through the point F2 on the other side of the optical system. So ray of light OA traveling parallel to the axis undergoes refraction into the optical lens system. After refraction, it will pass through the point F2 on the other side of the optical system. This point F2 is called second focal point. This point F2 is called second focal point. And the plane passing through the point F2 and perpendicular to the axis DF2. Right? The plane passing through second focal point F2 and perpendicular to the axis is called second focal plane. So F2 is the second focal point and DF2 is called second focal plane. Second focal plane. Right? So the plane passing through point F2 and perpendicular to the axis DF2 is called second focal point. So F1 is called first focal point and AF1 is called first focal point. F2 on the other side of the optical system, when the ray of light traveling parallel to the axis is incident on the optical lens system, it undergoes refraction, and after refraction it will pass through the point F2. This point F2 is called second focal point, and plane passing through point F2 and perpendicular to the axis DF2 is called second focal point. So this thing we have studied in the last lecture. Okay, now we quickly see the properties of principal points. Principal points. This is lens L1, whose focal length is small f1. This is lens L2, whose focal length is small f2. And both the lenses are separated by distance d. So let us consider an optical system consisting of two lenses L1 and L2 having individual focal lengths f1 and f2 separated by distance d. Now, in order to define the first principal point and second principal point, I consider one ray of light OA traveling parallel to the axis. This is the incident ray. This undergoes refraction at four surfaces of two lenses: left surface of lens L1, right surface of lens L1. It undergoes refraction at the left surface of lens L2, right surface of lens L2. So actually the incident ray undergoes refraction from four surfaces of two lenses L1 and L2, and after refraction pass through point F2. Okay, this diagram we have just drawn in the discussion of focal point. Okay? So the ray of light OA traveling parallel to the axis is incident on the optical lens system consisting of two lenses L1 L2. It undergoes refraction into the lens system and then it will emerge out from passing through the point F2. So this is the incident ray, this is refracted ray, this is the emergent ray. Right? So a ray of light, consider optical system consisting of two lenses L1 and L2 separated by distance d. Okay, a ray of light OA traveling parallel to the axis is incident on the lens system. It undergoes refraction into the lens system, and after refraction, it will pass through the second focal point. Because it's the theory, whenever parallel ray of light is incident on the lens system, it will always, after refraction, it will always pass through the focal point. Okay, now if we extend the incident ray and emergent ray, let us extend the incident ray in forward direction. Let us extend the incident ray in forward direction and this emergent ray and let us, yes, this is the emergent ray. And let us extend the emergent ray in the backward direction. Okay. So let us extend the incident ray in the forward direction. Let us extend the incident ray in the forward direction and emergent ray in the backward direction. Both the rays are meeting or crossing at point H2. Right. So incident ray is extended in forward direction and emergent ray is extended in backward direction. Both the rays are crossing, meeting at point H2. The plane passing through point H2, and perpendicular to the axis is called second principal plane. Once again I repeat, the plane passing through point H2 and perpendicular to the axis H2P2 is called second principal plane. The plane passing through point H2 and perpendicular to the axis is called second principal plane. So H2P2 is second principal plane. Second principal. And point P2 at which the second principal plane intersects the axis is called second principal point. So P2 is called second principal point. Right? So ray of light OA traveling parallel to the axis undergoes refraction in the lens system, and after refraction it will pass through the second focal point F2. Okay? If you extend the incident ray in forward direction, emergent ray in backward direction, both the rays are meeting at point H2. The plane passing through point H2, and perpendicular to the axis is called the second principal plane, and the point P2 at which the second principal plane intersects the axis is called second principal point. So we have defined 3 points. F1 is the first focal point, F2 is the second focal point, P2 is the second principal point. Okay. Now for the first principal point, I consider one ray F1s. This is the incident. Let us consider the ray passing through the first focal point F1 and incident on the lens system at point S. It undergoes refraction of the lens system and travel in the direction SQ. SQ. And after undergoing refraction into the lens system, it will travel parallel to the axis. So QW is the emergent ray. QW is the emergent ray. Okay. So this thing we have studied already. Okay. This is just the repetition that the ray of light passing through, starting from the first focal point F1, ray of light starting or emitted from the first focal point F1 is incident on the lens system. Ray of light F1S passing through the first focal point F1 and incident on the lens system at point S. This incident ray undergoes refraction into the lens system in the direction SQ, and after refraction it will travel parallel to the axis in the direction QW, right? So ray of light passing through the first focal point F1 and ray of light F1S passing through the first focal point F1 is incident on the lens system. It undergoes refraction. After refraction, it will become parallel to the axis and it will emerge in the direction QW. Okay. Now, if you extend the incident ray in forward direction, you extend the incident ray in forward direction and emergent ray in backward direction. Right? If you extend the incident ray in forward direction, and emergent ray in backward direction, both the rays are meeting at point H1. So the incident ray and emergent ray are meeting at point H1. If you draw the plane passing through point H1 and perpendicular to the axis, then H1P1 is called first principal plane. The incident ray is extended in forward direction. Emergent ray is extended in backward direction. Incident ray F1S is extended in forward direction and emergent ray in backward direction. Both the rays are passing at point H1, meeting at point H1. If you imagine the plane passing through point H1 and perpendicular to the axis, let us show the plane passing through point H1 and perpendicular to the axis. This plane H1 and P1 is called first principal plane, and P1 point at which the first principal plane H1 and P1 intersects the axis is called first principal point. First principal point. In the last lecture, we also discussed the properties of principal points, that they have unit magnification. The height of the image and height of the object is same. So it has a lateral magnification is 1. That is why principal points are known as points of unit magnification. Suppose you consider H1 P1 as the object. Then height of the object is H1. Okay. Its image will be H2 P2. Its height is also H1. Okay. This object, this is the image. Okay. So if you consider H1 P1 as the object, its height is H1, then its image will be formed as H2 P2, its height is also H1. So lateral magnification is defined as the height of the image, that is H2 P2, upon height of the object, that is H1 P1. Both the heights are same. So magnification is, so lateral magnification of principal plane is defined as the height of the image H2 P2, that is small h1, upon height of the object H1 P1, that is h1. So both the image height and object is same. So lateral magnification will be 1. So lateral magnification of the principal planes is defined as the image height H2 P2 upon object height H1 P1. Now image height is H1 upon object is H1. So magnification, image height and object is same. Therefore magnification of the principal plane is 1. So principal points are known as points of unit points because their magnification is 1. So now we discuss nodal points last. Nodal points N1, N2 and nodal planes. In this lecture, will define no nodal points N1, N2 and nodal planes. This is the axis. We have already discussed 4 points, 2 principal points and 2 focal points. Okay. So this is H1, P1, H2, P2. Okay. A, F1, B, F2. Now you should understand the symbol of each plane, each points and planes. P1 is called first principal point, and H1 P1 is the first principal plane. P2 is called the second principal point. H2 P2 is the second principal plane. F1 is the first focal point. AF1 is the first focal plane. F2 is the second focal point. BF2 is the second focal plane. So P1 and P2 are principal points. H1 P1 and H2 P2 are the first and second principal planes. F1 and F2 are called focal points. AF1 and BF2 are called first and second focal points. So right here H1 P1. H1 P1 and H2 P2 are first and second principal planes. This H1 P1 is the first principal plane, H2 P2 is the second principal plane, right? P1 is the first principal point, P2 is the second principal point. Okay. Now F1 is the first focal point, F2 is the second focal point. So AF1 and BF2 are first and second focal planes, right? So P1 and P2 are respectively first and second principal point. H1 P1 is the first principal plane, H2 P2 is the second principal plane, F1 is the first focal point, F2 is the second focal point, AF1 is the first focal plane and BF2 is the second focal plane. Okay. Now I consider one ray of light OH1, yes, traveling parallel to the axis. So this is the incident ray. Incident ray number 1. Okay. Ray of light OA is incident on the first principal plane at point H2. Then it undergoes refraction, and after refraction, okay, its conjugate ray will pass through point F2 and passes through focal point F2. So this is emergent ray 1. This theory you studied already. Ray of light traveling parallel to the axis. Ray of light traveling parallel to the axis is incident at point H1 on the first principal plane. Okay, its conjugate ray will emerge out from point H2 and pass to the second focal point F2. Okay, so this AH1 is the, okay, I remove OA. AH1 is the incident ray and H2 F2 is the emergent ray, right? So we write in short. The ray of light AH1, ray of light AH1 parallel to the axis, parallel to the axis, is incident on first principal plane at point h1, right? The ray of light h1 traveling parallel to the axis is incident on the first principal plane at point h1. This is the first principal plane. Okay. And this H2P2 is the second principal plane. Right? This H1P1 is the first principal plane and H2P2 is the second principal plane. So let us take a ray of light AH1, traveling parallel to the axis is incident at point h1 of the first principal plane at point h1. Okay. Now, whenever the ray of light traveling parallel to the axis is incident on the lens system, its reflected ray always pass to the focal point f2. That you know the figure, right? So, please write. Let us consider a ray of light AH1, traveling parallel to the axis is incident at point h1 of the first principal plane. Okay. Then its conjugate ray, its refracted ray, will emerge out from point h2 and pass to the second focal point f2. Next, after refraction, its conjugate ray रिफ्रैक्शन के बाद वो उसका कंजुगेट रे है H2 में से निकलेगा एंड इट विल पास टू द सेकंड फोकल पॉइंट F2. सो आफ्टर रिफ्रैक्शन इट्स कंजुगेट रे will proceed from point H2 and emerges in direction H2 F2, right? Okay. So the ray of light AH1 traveling parallel to the axis is incident at point H1 of the first principal plane. After refraction, its conjugate ray will proceed from point H2 and emerge in the direction H2 F2. So H2 F2 is the emergent ray. So AH1 is the incident ray number 1 and H2 F2 is its conjugate emergent ray number 1. Next, now we can consider the another ray. Now we consider the another ray AT1. This is the incident ray number 2. Incident ray number. Okay. Now let us consider. Yes, in the previous case, H1P1 is equal to H2P2. In the previous case, H1P1 is equal to H2P2. Both the heights are same, right? In the previous case, H1P1 is equal to H2P2. Okay, now let us consider another ray AT1. Right? Another ray AT1 which is parallel to H2F2 is incident on the first principal plane at point T1. Right? Okay. So next, another ray AT1. Another ray AT1 parallel to emergent ray H2F2, parallel to emergent ray H2F2 is incident at point T1, is incident at point T1 principal plane. Right? So let us consider the second incident ray AT1. Let us consider the first incident ray is AH1. Okay, it is parallel to the axis. After refraction, it will emerge in the direction S2 F2, right, passing through the second point. Now let us consider the second incident ray AT1. Let us consider the second incident ray AT1. Let us consider the second incident ray AT1. Parallel to the emergent ray S2 F2 is incident on the first principal plane H1 at point T1. Okay. Now it also undergoes. It is incident by T1 of the first principal. It undergoes refraction in the lens system. After refraction, after refraction, conjugate ray will come out from point T2 in the direction T2R. This is emergent ray number 2. Emergent ray number 2. So this is the first incident ray and this is its conjugate emergent ray. This is the second incident ray and this is its emergent ray, right? So next we write. Let us consider the second incident ray AT1. Let us consider the second incident ray AT1, which is incident on the first principal plane H1 P1 at point T1. After refraction, it will emerge out from point T2 in the direction T2R. So after refraction, the ray will emerge out from point T2. Of second principal plane, right? So the second incident ray AT1, which is incident at point T1 of the first principal plane. After reflection, it will emerge out from point T2 in the direction T2R. Such that this both sides are same. T1 P1 and T2 P2 will be same. Such that T1 P1 is equal to T2 P2. So these two sides T1 P1 and T2 P2 will be same. Okay. So AH1 is the first incident ray, which is parallel to the axis and incident on the first principal at point H1. After refraction, it will emerge out from point S2 in the direction H2 F2. So this is the first emergent ray. Second incident ray T1 is incident on the first principal at point T1. After refraction, its conjugate ray will emerge out from point T2 in the direction T2R. Right? So this is the second incident ray and this is the second emergent ray. Okay, you can see these points. This point I denote by N1, and this point I denote by N2. So this N1 point is called the first nodal point, N2 is called the second one. So the ray of intersection, the point of intersection of the incident ray T1 with the axis is N1. Point of intersection of the incident ray T1 with the axis is N1. And point of intersection of the emergent ray T2 with the axis is N2. This N1 and N2 are called the nodal points. So point of intersections, the points of intersections of incident ray AT1 and emergent ray T2R with the axis gives positions of nodal points N1 and N2, right? So the point of intersection of incident ray T1 with the axis is N1. The point of intersection of the incident ray T1 with the axis is N1, N1 is called first nodal point. And point of intersection of the emergent ray T2 with the axis is N2, N2 is called second nodal point. Point of intersection of the incident ray T1 with the axis is N1, is called first nodal point, and point of intersection of the emergent ray T2 with the axis is N2, N2 is called the second nodal point. Okay. The plane passing through these points, the planes passing through these points N1 and N2 and perpendicular to the axis are called nodal planes. So that we also mentioned. The planes passing through N1 and N2 and perpendicular to the axis are called nodal planes. I am not drawing the nodal planes, but you can understand. If I draw a plane passing through point N1 and perpendicular to the axis is called first nodal plane. The plane passing through point N2 and perpendicular to the axis is called the second nodal plane. So plane passing through the first nodal plane N1 and perpendicular to the axis is called first nodal plane, and plane passing through nodal point N2 and perpendicular to the axis is called the second nodal plane. So planes passing through nodal point N1 and N2 and perpendicular to the axis are called the nodal planes. Okay, now if this angle is alpha 1, this angle is alpha 2. You can see from the geometry of the figure both the angles are same. So from geometry of figure, alpha 1 and alpha 2 both angles are same. The angle made by this incident ray with the axis is alpha 1, and angle made by the emergent ray with the axis is alpha 2 will be same. Okay. If you see the diagram from the geometry of the figure, the angle made by the incident ray with the principal axis alpha 1 and angle made by the emergent ray with the axis alpha 2 are same. So angle made by the incident ray T1 with the principal axis alpha 1 and angle made by the emergent ray T2 with the principal axis alpha 2 are same. Okay, if alpha 1 and alpha 2 is same, then tan alpha 1 and tan alpha 2 will also same, right? So according to the geometry of the figure, you can see that the angle made by the incident ray with the principal axis alpha 1 and angle made by the emergent ray T2 with the principal axis alpha 2 are same, then tan alpha 1 is equal to tan alpha 2. Okay, now in case of nodal points, we are talking in terms of angles. So instead of lateral magnification, when you are talking in terms of image height and object height, that is a lateral magnification. When you are talking in terms of angles, then it is a angular magnification. Okay. So angular magnification of nodal planes, gamma, angular magnification of nodal planes gamma is defined as tan alpha 2 upon tan alpha 1. Okay, this is the definition. The angular magnification gamma, in case of principal plane we have the lateral magnification m. Here in case of nodal points, your angular magnification gamma is defined as tan alpha 2 upon tan alpha 1. What is alpha 2? It is the angle made by the emergent ray T2 with the axis. Okay, and what is alpha 1? Alpha 1 is the angle made by the incident ray with the axis, right? So what is alpha 2? It is the angle made by the emergent ray T2 with the principal axis, and alpha 1 is the angle made by the incident ray T1 with the axis. But both angles alpha 1 and alpha 2 are same. If alpha 1 and alpha 2 are same, then angular magnification will be 1, because both angle alpha 1 and alpha 2 are same. If alpha 1 and alpha 2 are same, then tan alpha 1 is equal to tan alpha 2. Therefore, lateral angular magnification of nodal plane tan alpha 2 upon tan alpha 1 must be equal to 1. So you can say that nodal points is a points having unit angular magnification. Principal points is a points having unit lateral magnification, and nodal points is a points having unit angular magnification. Finally, write the characteristics of these nodal points. Therefore, N1 and N2 is a pair of conjugate points N1 and N2 is a pair of conjugate points on the axis having unit angular magnification. Right? So N1 and N2 are the nodal points. So nodal points N1 and N2, nodal points N1 and N2 is a pair of conjugate points on the axis having unit angular magnification. So the unit angular magnification of the nodal points is 1. Therefore, nodal points N1 and N2 is a pair of conjugate points on the axis having unit angular magnification. One more property I mentioned. The medium on both sides of the lens system is, suppose left hand side medium is air, right hand side medium is air. Okay, then P1 and N1 will be at the same place. So P1 and N1 will coincide and P2 and N2 will coincide, right? So when the medium on both sides of the optical system is same, then principal points and nodal points will coincide. So P1 and N2 you will get at the same point, P1 and N1 will coincide, and you will get P2 and N2 at the same place, so P2 and N2 will coincide. So that also I mentioned. With medium on both sides of optical lens system is same, then principal points and nodal points will coincide. So you get P1 and N1 at the same place, and you get P2 and N2 at the same place. Okay, so you are not getting 6 points, but you will get only 4 points, right? So medium is air on left hand side of the optical system, right hand side of the optical system. Medium on the left hand side of the optical system and right hand side of the optical system is same, air. If medium is air on both sides of the optical system, then principal point P1 and nodal point N1 will coincide, and principal point P2 and nodal point N2 will coincide. Okay, and today last article. Construction of image using cardinal points. Construction of image using cardinal points. Okay, please wait. નીચે આપણે રાખો.
સર અહીંયાથી
અથવા પાર્ટ 2 લઈ લો. હા, કેવી રીતે કરવાનું છે?
ઓકે
અચ્છા, ડ્રેગ કરો છે ને?
ટ્રાય જ કરવાનું
ચલો આગળ રેકોર્ડિંગ ચાલુ છે ને? તો એ જોઈ લો, બીજો પાર્ટ કરી નાખો.
સર મતલબ
આ નવું જ ચાલુ કરશું તો અહીંયા શોધ આગળ જોઈ લો.
હા હા
ફાઇલ અહીંયા છે.
યસ સર આને પણ સર તમે ટ્રેક કરી શકો છો થોડું નીચે કરવું હોય તો
નહીં કરું. હા, જો કન્સ્ટ્રક્શન થઈ ગયું પહેલાં ચાલુ જ લાગે સાહેબ. હા, શું ડિસ્ટર્બ. હા, આને ડ્રેગ કરવું તો બરાબર થશે.
સર કોણે હા સર આને પણ થશે એક મિનિટ
હા.
હા સર થઈ જશે
આપણે મારું પેલું રેકોર્ડિંગ ક્યાં બતાવશે? અહીંયા ફાઇલમાં જોઈ લો.
યસ સર
થયું કે નહીં જોવું પડશે ને?
સર અહીંયા જોવું જોઈએ સર કદાચ તમારા સર
ક્યારમાં અહીંયા જોઈ લો ને.
સર
આજનો જ છે, આજનો હમણાં જ જોયું. નહીં થયું, થઈ જશે આમ તો. હા. હમ.